guitar then becomes, when you start playing like that, it goes from beyond being just a tool to play solos on or to play instrument guitar.
Yeah.
A guitar is a very important songwriting tool, and it's not about playing 2-3 chords. You know, when you know knowledge like that, you know, when you know chords like that, your songwriting changes. And today it's so important to be able to songwrite well, you know, because there's a lot of people out there who do that. I mean, the best example for today's songwriter is somebody like John Mayer. You know, and John Mayer is not just a guitar player who's playing like, you know, just like any stuff. I mean, there's one of his tunes that these are not chords that just a 3-chord guitar player knows how to play. Now John Mayer's been to Berkeley. Now he didn't go there to study to be a jazz guitar player. He just went to study music.
Yes.
So what did he study? He studied all these things, all the rudiments of jazz, all stuff. And today he applies it to a song. You know, so that makes his songwriting so cool. In the sense that in the first when I heard John Mayer on MTV, I saw a video of him performing. And I said, man, this guy's like really cool because he's singing like a new alternative pop style. But he's using all these fabulous chords. So this guy must be studying guitar player. And then I googled him and found out that he's been to Berkeley. So he knows that stuff.
Yeah.
And you can just see that's a very typical example of a guy who's like a pop star. His songwriting is fabulous and he's a brilliant guitar player. So it's not only about playing the blues, he can play anything. And in fact, I've seen him in a jam somewhere where he's playing jazz. Yeah. So, what you make it is one thing, whether you're playing with your own band, you're playing with somebody else, whether you're playing Bhangra rock or you're playing Bollywood, it's very important to be as versatile as that, And the thing is that even with us, with Shankar Ehsaan Noorani, when we do writing, when we write songs, it's only because of our knowledge of harmony that our songs sound so different. Like a simple song like how many of you guys have heard Kal Ho Na Ho, that song? So if you just play a C first and a G, see, this is what I've heard a million guitar players or musicians playing this song like. Now this sounds like this song could be composed by anybody. Yeah, instead of the G plane. Now see how this changes, because Lloyd wrote one chord which just took the song into a different direction. The song suddenly gives you an emotional feeling, you see? See how that whole song changes. He just played one chord. And A minor 9, It's really nothing. It's nothing, it's just a simple chord. But how much difference that makes. So to all you guys, get back. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge on Google. I'm sure a lot of you guys study with Amyt Datta also. And the other thing that we were hitting upon is that the concept of tunnel vision. We can just talk about.
Yeah, it's like also like as a guitar player, especially maybe the instrument, the attitude of the instrument, the way it looks. You always tend to be in the forefront and want to show your thing. But I think a guitar player or any musician that way, you have to also think of how. See, many times, like when we play as if someone's singing or someone's like Ehsaan's playing the melody. I got to kind of give him the backing and make him sound as good as possible, and that's also my responsibility. I'm not going to go to sleep by playing A minor G C F or I know that. No, you're going to try and make him sound good as much as possible, and that knowledge and that sound. When I'm talking about that knowledge, it probably doesn't have to always be like flat fives and dominant nines and whatever. It could also be dynamics, sound, pickup selection, volume, attitude, and stuff like that. And when time comes for you to solo, then you go up. But we were just talking on the phone yesterday, I think, or a couple of days back, that it's not like, oh, I got my solo, I'm going to kill everyone in the room. No.
That's not what it is.
Yeah. So you have to understand the parameter and stay within that, and you got to do your best within that. And that's how style comes out. And if it's the last song of the concert, Ehsaan says, go man, go in front and blow your mind, then yeah, okay, that's playing to the gallery and that's part of the live gig. So all this kind of thing, when time's over for you to come back and then back this guy playing the head again, you got to go back to your old room and sit there and make him sound as much as good as possible. So that's especially a guitar player, I've realized playing with different bands over the years, your personality has to be a bigger personality. You can't be, I'm a guitar player, check me out and I'm going to kill you guys right now. No, it can't be all the time that, yeah. I'm going to kill you guys with my attitude, with my sound, with my adjustment of the pickup or the chorus, those kind of finer senses. So you've got to be a finer, artistic player. I thought I should mention that, especially the guitar players.
The other thing is, like I was saying, about Tamil, is that also that there are a lot of guitar players who refuse to listen to different styles of music. I mean, I'll tell you that I knew one, I won't mention his name, he's a very famous, popular guy among rock players. But he used to work in a studio, and his music, he's into like growling stuff, like growls, and he does all that death metal or whatever you call that metal stuff. Actually, it's very funny because like we hum, we used to do the way we hum a song. When he used to walk past humming, he would be humming, going. So that was his sound. Anyway, so that's beside the point. But we were sitting in the room, and Gordon Mendonça, who a lot of people, you guys know, fabulous guitar player. He was the second engineer in that studio, and there was this other guy. And every time we'd be recording there, Gordon and I'd be getting new music, or I'd get new music for Warren to listen to some new guitar player. And this guy who would be there, this metal guitar player, would walk out of the room. So, I'd go and ask him, why are you walking out of the room? He said, no man, I'm walking out because I might get influenced by it. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever remember.
Absolutely.
Whereas, you hear a lot of albums in the West, where they, especially stuff that's recorded in Los Angeles and recorded in Nashville, where these guitar players are playing. The same guitar player will play with Taylor Swift, the same guitar player will go and record with the Kings of Leon, and the same guitar player will go and play with some other alternative band. And his own band may be a jazz quartet, where he's playing jazz. So that is the amazing part about, because, when you restrict yourself to this one style of music, saying that no, it's rock and roll or die, you don't get very far. And I've learned it because being in the studio and stuff, I used to always play blues. Even now, I'd rather just play blues if I wanted to. But, put in the thing, when I came back from America after studying music, I got a jingle call where I had to play country western, and I said, man, I'm not a country western player, but I had to wing it, So the point is, this guy said, I asked Ronnie, what's this composer, what's the song like? He says, like country western. So I learned up a few licks and stuff like that and went, and then added up with my own thing and did it. So, it's not only about playing in the studio, but it's about playing in any situation or any kind of band. Actually, imagine the kind of music that opens up to you, where you can play in a particular form any kind of band that you want, because, you're interested in all different styles of guitar. And there's so much music to listen to, we just restrict ourselves completely from listening to that stuff. I mean, if you're influenced by something like Guthrie Govan, who's a fabulous, probably one of the foremost guitar players today, even I've sat on a couple of his workshops, where he played shred, they like sing, and somebody asked him for the crowd, which was, I'm sure he was expecting this question first. How do you increase on playing, how do you work on playing fast? So he said, you don't work on playing fast. He said, you go and listen to B.B. King and learn how to play two notes with conviction, the way B.B. King used to, like, In three notes, he puts like there's the universe in the three notes, And so he said, you do that. He said, don't think about playing fast. So then they asked him, which are my influences? Which are your influences? So he said, if I had to start telling you my influences, you'd be here the whole evening only listening to me talking about my influences. Because he listens to, he's worked out every kind of guitar player that there is. Whether it's like surf guitar, whether it's jazz, whether it's country, whether it's metal. He listens to everything. And so, it's very important that even if you have an idol, maybe you like, whoever, you like a rock guitar player, go and listen to his influences. Find out who he was influenced by. In the same way in terms of songwriting, so if you like something, listen to his influence. Go right back to the root, and see how that musician has evolved. Now, if you're somebody like Eddie Van Halen, you guys heard of Eddie Van Halen, his only influence is Eric Clapton. Isn't that's like really amazing, because he has worked out every Eric Clapton solo, and he doesn't sound even an iota of Eric Clapton. But he's worked out everything that Eric Clapton is. Scott Henderson, the famous fusion guitar player, has worked out everything that Led Zeppelin's played, ever. So, it's where have these guys started and where have they come? They've evolved through that. So that evolution is very, very important. It's, you have to keep an open mind and really do it with enjoyment, because music is really about that.